welcome to My First Date. I'm Cassie.
I'm Keegan.
I'm Christina.
And we were just talking about off mic how there's this expectation, or there was for a really long time, that when women get older, well, there's a lot of expectations for when women get older.
For when women, period.
For when women.
Period.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But there's this expectation that you are supposed to dress a certain way and wear your hair a certain way. And I was reminded of this too because What Not to Wear is coming back.
Which
I love. Look, I loved What Not to Wear
because I think. Okay, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I love What Not to Wear,
No,
and I think
I
it's
did too.
because people do exactly that. I feel like What Not to Wear started to change people from.
Disagree. I feel like they made a lot, and Stacey London actually apologized for it recently because they made a lot of comments about like if you have this kind of body type, you can't wear this clothes. If you're over this certain age, you shouldn't be wearing XYZ.
Yeah.
You know, there was like a lot of blanket statements made about like women over 35 should not wear shorts or you know like skirts
Tank
shorter
tops
than
or
this
whatever,
or whatever. You know. But that's changing, and I do hope that I still love them. Like, you know, Stacey London, she's great. I hope that they've learned from that, and that like this next round of What Not to Wear, they kind of adjust some of that, because I enjoyed that show. But I do think for me, it reinforced a lot of those beliefs. I really grew up thinking like, oh yeah, after the age of 30,
40,
disappear after 40. Yeah.
time to put on the like, you know, bib dress and
The bitch.
I absolutely really hate this age range, but it's only because I hate what society, and it's come farther, but I do think that there's this like invisibility that comes with being like a woman in your 40s. And I applaud, you know, women like Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Patricia Arquette, like women who are out there just being like, no, I'm still fucking here. I'm still viable, sexy, intelligent, present. Like, you know, like women don't disappear after they turn 40.
You don't have to cut off your hair and start doing roller sets.
right, which is how this conversation started, is like there is this expectation for when you get to be a certain age, it's like, well, time to cut it all off, I guess.
It's wild to me that the Golden Girls women were in their fucking like 40s,
like
early
late
50s.
40s, early 50s.
And the way they were talking about them, like they're in the retirement community.
Yeah, like they were in an old folks home. Like serious. I genuinely thought that those women were like
easily
like 70s. In their like 70s, 60s, 70s. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's so wild to me. Like, first of all, that you can just like live with your friends in your 40s and be quote unquote retired.
Amazing.
I'm like, what is that
Actually,
like? Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Sounds pretty good.
What are you ladies doing for the rest of your lives?
Yes.
And do you want to move to Florida? And
But I just
have
can't.
caftans?
But like Cassie, like I cannot imagine like at
I know.
at 45, like putting rollers in your hair.
Can you imagine
every night?
Stop. Because first of all, I would wear rollers in my hair, but not
like that.
But not like that.
Like there's
I'm kind of
but
like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that kind of like 1950s roller set where it's just like, why?
Could you imagine?
Why?
If you just came with like the fucking Blanche, you know,
the Blanche Devereaux.
We'd be like-
She was the sexy one.
Yes.
Like that was the sexy haircut of the bunch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Woof.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't love it.
I do see that as though somewhat progress, you know, that like 30 years later,
Would I
whatever
wear
we're
a caftan though?
Oh,
They're just
amen.
comfortable.
Yeah.
They're
Yes.
just comfortable.
Yeah.
I love a
I'm
caftan.
not gonna lie. I probably wouldn't do it for like a night out, but
But you know what? There are
But
some
around
like
the house?
stylish caftans.
Yeah.
I've seen some like 1970s inspired. Like you can look like, you know, you can look like one of the Golden Girls, or you can look like Michelle Pfeiffer in
Yes.
what movie am I trying to say? Scarface.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those 70s caftans where it's just like, oh my God, they're so
They're
extra.
slinky. Yeah, yeah. I dig a, you know, slinky, you know, silk caftan or something like that.
No, but me, if I wear stuff like that, I'm like, I'm wearing a muumuu.
Oh my God, thank you. And I swear to you, I am also that meme that's like when you know, you see it on like Pinterest, the girl that wears like the fucking lumberjack shirt, and
Yeah.
I just look like a fucking slob or something. Like, why? What is it?
Well, I don't know. It's like there are certain people, like I love that meme where they're talking about how like when other girls have a low ponytail and it's like really stylish.
Yes.
Like, for me, I look like I'm about to like join George Washington.
Yes, like, I know. What is that?
I'm about to go off to the Revolutionary War.
Whenever I watch like TikToks and stuff like that of like, because I get a lot of like makeup and fashion ones and stuff because I love watching people do makeup. I just like, I cannot for myself. I'm like, I can't. I'm like such a fashion novice, makeup novice, but I love other people doing it. I'm just like, I miss that day in girl school.
Yeah.
I do think that there is a thing with fashion too, where kind of to go along with what you're saying, there was an account on TikTok where this woman, she was a plus size woman, and she had an entire series where it's like, is it a fit? Or is she just skinny? You know what I mean? Where she would recreate the outfit on her body to see, like, is this actually a good outfit? Or is this woman just built in a way that, like, clothes just hang?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's just like, so it works for you. Because it's like, it's not necessarily that you are a fashion icon. It's just that, like, the way that you wear.
I'll tell you, too,
the
other thing that I'm learning, too, is anytime you can tailor something a little bit.
Makes all the difference.
Makes all the fucking difference. Because, you know, I don't make enough money to be buying like $500 pairs of pants or whatever.
Yeah.
But you buy like a decent fucking pair of pants, spend $25 tailoring them. It's a huge difference when it just fits you like a glove. Oh my God. I have got to tell you guys, and I know you don't know about this, but I saw this on TikTok this week. Now, to be clear, listeners, we are double recording. So the one that came out last week and the one that came out this week are recorded on the same day. So I'm not 2 weeks behind everybody.
Yeah.
I am on the same schedule. But I did see this week that a woman said a man kept bothering her to go out for drinks, like bothering her. So she's finally like, fine, I'm going to go to this bar. They've got a special on oysters. So we can go out there. I was going to go there anyways. Okay. So they go. She's filming this. This woman has 4 dozen oysters.
What the fuck?
Is she okay?
Is she okay?
48 oysters
Why?
she's eaten.
What?
And they come in those
What
circles.
would you do if you're sitting across the table from somebody and they're just throwing them back?
48 oysters
As someone who
swimming
doesn't
around in your tum-tums.
As someone who doesn't like seafood, that makes me nauseous.
I have a lot of questions.
That logistical question about like how does it all fit? Where's it going?
What? Nobody who was it? Were they eating too?
No, he had Audrey.
He's just watching her.
He is watching her, and she's like
Ew.
just making the nastiest slurp sounds
So
on
he
TikTok.
recorded it?
No, she was recording herself. She's telling this
on
story
herself like that.
4 trays of oysters, and then she's
That's
like, and then I got some crab cakes.
Ma'am,
How are you not sick?
And that guy, she made the video because she was upset that the man left.
Oh,
And
I'd
left
be
her with the
out
tab.
of
honey.
there.
48 oysters.
The audacity! She thought he was going to pay for that.
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
Also, there.
No,
look,
ma'am.
Listen, if you
I
like,
would no.
If you like oysters, that's your business. Okay,
I love oysters.
I don't
but
like them.
I don't 48 love them.
But there's
No.
also nothing less attractive than watching someone slurp one down. Like it's not sexy to me to watch you like slurp down an oyster.
Oh,
Well,
There's-
now
and
they're
it's like
using slurp noises. Anyway.
oyster after
like,
oyster.
It really should be noiseless. The act of eating oyster does
What?
not have to make sounds.
Also,
What do we
you
think
chew an
is
oyster?
no, you just
swallow them.
it.
So they're just like sitting. They're pancakes in her stomach. Just like that is so fucking
I need
gross.
to know because it made me think. I'm like, okay, like I like oysters.
My tummy would be so upset.
And if I'm going out with somebody and we wanted to have oysters or whatever, like what are
One
the
tray.
appropriate amount? Of
One. 12 is
For both
plenty.
of you. For both of
you.
Like you can share a tray.
Appetizers, ma'am.
Wait, is an appetite? I would be, and listen, let's take it to something I do like.
Okay.
I would be equally horrified if I went on a date and someone ate 48 mozzarella sticks.
48
I would be
Totino's pizza rolls.
48 mozzarella sticks.
I would
You would
be
never
like,
shit
are
again.
you-
You'd be so bound up.
I would
Fuck
be
that.
so
You'd be
fucking
done.
concerned. Like, it is an appetizer. That is not. And I love a
Sir.
mozzarella stick, and I can put them back.
I can
but
too.
like
Not
48.
I can't even put 3 back. 3, really 2 is my
Gotta.
maximum mozzarella
That
stick.
is so like.
It's 48 oysters. I can't imagine, like, she's
Because
again,
upset. Tattling
she's
on herself.
Yes, she
Out
was
here
upset.
tattling on herself. Please tell me that people were like, "Man,
People were like, "Man, yeah." The comment section was fucking so.
I love it
fire.
when people get a different response on TikTok
Than
than they
they
thought they
expect.
were gonna get.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? When they're just like, everyone will be on my side. Like they
I
steal
can't
you.
believe he left, honey."
If I would be sick if I watched somebody eat 48
and
oysters.
listened to somebody eat
No.
48 oysters.
Not like that.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Deuces.
You just don't have to.
and then you ordered crab cakes?
Yep,
You know
and
what?
potatoes.
No, I'm full.
Dude, yeah, I'm like, so the most oysters I've ever eaten in a setting was like 6. There was like a tray of like 6
That's an
oysters.
appropriate number.
And that was literally,
Filling.
I struggled on the 6th one. I was like, because I can eat. It was just like, after 6, you're like, okay, I get it,
It's
oysters.
plenty.
You know what I mean? But I'm just like, I don't know.
I don't understand the
I don't even
appeal of
know.
oysters.
Oh, they're so
in
good.
general. Like,
Oh,
what
I
do they
love-
taste? What do
they
they
taste like the ocean.
See, and
I
that's
love
like that.
salt.
It does. It's fresh. It has a fresh taste.
Yeah,
it's hard
I
to
love
describe.
It.
There's
Put a
nothing
little
that tastes like
horseradish on it.
Yeah, just a little lemon.
Very, very delicious.
But I'm
you
a-
would not like
I'm
it
a-
because it definitely tastes
it
of
tastes
the
like
sea.
fishy. Yeah, which is an issue for me. It's a.
It is for
It's not-
Eric too.
It's different. It's not. I wouldn't call it fishy.
It's not fishy. It's
But
like
it tastes like the ocean.
Yeah,
Yeah, a freshness of the
Yeah.
ocean, like
Yeah.
a sea breeze in your mouth.
yeah. 48 of them.
Are you working for Big Oyster, Cassie? I really feel like it's like a sea breeze in your
And
mouth.
you too can get into the oyster business if you just call me now.
Calm it now.
Hey, boss babe, do you want to join?
You interested in oysters? Have I got a deal for you?
Well, and then this was coupled with another TikTok that came out around the same time. Was a woman was saying like, you're not going to get all this. You're going to pick me up and take me to the Cheesecake Factory. And so
Wait, have you seen that menu?
There's been so much Cheesecake Factory
Listen.
discourse lately because they were saying I was listening to Daily Zeitgeist and they were saying that malls that have a Cheesecake Factory in them are like 90% less likely to close.
Right.
Because like Cheesecake Factory just keeps them in
Keeps them
business.
open.
And Cheesecake Factory is
It's true.
always fucking busy. Like when I go to
Yeah.
the Galleria, I'm like,
Always.
it is always jam-packed. And then I saw a TikTok. I love that this is just a TikTok podcast now.
Yeah.
Where we just retell.
I know.
But I saw a TikTok of a woman from Australia who made a TikTok and she's like, I don't understand why Americans don't talk about the Cheesecake Factory more. She's like, it is my favorite thing to do when I come to the States. She's like, I fucking love the Cheesecake Factory
Wow.
so
Wow.
much. She's like, it slaps so hard. She's like, that brown bread is amazing. Like,
That
she's
brown
like-
bread is good.
Brown bread is good.
Brown
Yeah.
bread is good.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the discourse this week has been like all about like, you know, just dating etiquette in general, I think. You know, like to me, both instances slap of not communicating expectations.
That's exactly right. Because I think if you know who you're going on a date with, there are some people who are fine with that, who are just like an Olive Garden, no big deal. Like,
Yeah.
I think you have to know who you're going on a date with.
Absolutely.
Like-
communicate your expectations. That person can decide, you know what, that's not for me, or fuck yeah, 48 oysters. Let's do this now.
There is going to be a 48 oyster man.
Yeah.
To me.
Someone's like, let's go to Maine.
Yeah.
We're gonna eat it up.
Yeah.
Let's do this. But yeah, like both of them, like that guy was like, yeah, I'm gonna meet this woman for drinks.
Yeah.
He had a drink, and obviously they were on different wavelengths as to what the date was going to be.
The way I'm that guy and I'm like, did she order another tray of fucking oysters?
Also, if you think that you're going out for drinks and he was going to be a gentleman, probably, and
pay for your
a drink.
drinks. There's a big difference between paying for your drink and paying for how many trays of oysters?
4.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Oysters is too much.
Over $200 tab.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and then she got the audacity to be upset that he left.
Right.
The way it would be me. Bye.
yeah. And
I didn't eat those.
same thing with the woman that's like, you're not like, I look like this and you're not taking this to the Cheesecake Factory. It's like, okay, well then you have an expectation that you want to go to restaurants like this. Communicate that and let somebody decide if they want to or not. You know?
Or you can suggest something. Like you can be like, I've really been wanting to try this place. Like, but
Right.
And even if he doesn't take you to that place, at least now he knows
the
where
level.
your brain is at. So he
Correct.
can
That's
make a
right.
different kind of decision. Or maybe you guys just aren't compatible. Maybe
Yeah, there
he's
it
a
is.
Cheesecake Factory ass
Yeah.
dude. And
Yeah.
like that's
and
fine.
you're a Nobu bitch.
And that's okay. Like
There ain't
just,
nothing wrong with that.
You
Nope.
maybe just shouldn't be together.
Yeah.
You're
but
like,
your boo.
You're like Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan in Sleepless in Seattle, and you really don't belong together. Actually,
Oh my God. I
exactly right.
completely flushed that
don't
movie
actually-
out of my head.
You actually don't even know each other. No, at
At
all.
all.
Yeah.
At all.
At all. You've never even talked.
So fucking weird.
It's the weirdest movie ever. It needs to be said. We've said it.
I feel like, we've
We have
taken a
said it.
stand against. We're an anti-Sleepless in Seattle podcast.
We just made somebody so mad.
Oh no, we're getting letters now.
Yeah, someone just
Christina
turned us
said
off.
that, by the
They
way.
just turned off the podcast right now.
Like, how dare
And it was
That's
Meg
my
Ryan. She was
favorite
like,
movie.
"Fuck you,
No, Meg Ryan, we actually love
Meg,
you.
come back."
It's just not that movie.
Yeah, you know what we love.
She actually has a new movie coming out.
Oh, I'm so
she's back
excited.
in the game, baby.
Oh.
And
Love
it's
it.
a romantic comedy with David Duchovny.
Oh,
Oh,
I have a good idea for a fuck, marry, kill now.
Okay, great.
That actually made me think of something. The way we both were like,
the reaction to that was a strong anti-David Duchovny stance.
So this happened.
I don't like what he did to Taya Leone.
I don't either. I don't either.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I think we should do comeback actresses.
Okay.
Because last year we
Ooh.
had what's her name came back with the film. Leave Lindsay Lohan came back with
Okay.
her Christmas film.
Yeah.
I mean,
Great.
I don't know if I wouldn't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
Well,
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd call that a comeback, but comeback.
I think
stars.
so. I do
But
think
she
so.
hasn't really done anything since then, has she?
No, but I have hopes that she will.
Yeah. No, I think we can do that. You know,
Yeah.
people that went away and then are like coming back a baby.
A little resurge.
Little resurge.
Yeah.
Actors or actresses. I know
Or
this was
just
out
anybody,
of the blue.
maybe musicians or something like
Well,
that.
we could do Brendan Fraser. He had a big comeback.
Yes.
Big comeback.
Brendan
Yes.
Fraser.
Great one.
Yeah.
Yep. Really. Oh, Keanu Reeves, honestly. Okay, because and I know we're a little bit past that the Keanu
But when he came back for John Wick.
But yeah, when he came back for John Wick, that was a
He did come back in a big way.
Big way.
Yeah.
It was like, and it really was a silent, quiet time, and then all of a sudden,
I'd
Keanu
love
Reeves.
to put Meg Ryan in there because I don't think we've done her before in a fuck, marry, kill.
I'm happy to
Let's
do those
throw
three.
her in there.
You also have like people like Robert Downey Jr. went away for a
He
while.
had a great
Yeah.
comeback.
You've got
Legendary comeback.
Legendary, right?
John Travolta.
Oh my God, that's right, because he got blacklisted.
Yes, and he came back for Pulp Fiction.
He got like majorly blacklisted. What was the? I don't remember.
Catherine
what it was.
Heigl,
Yeah.
kind of.
When
Yeah,
kind of.
She kind of got a little canceled.
No, she got fucked, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will
I
stand
agree.
by that. And I'm not saying she's my favorite actress.
Yep.
I'm not
by
saying
any
she
fucking
didn't
means.
make any mistakes, but I do
No,
think that
but
she
got
got
fucked
like,
on that whole thing.
Kesha.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
She come back.
Yeah.
It's great.
That was a good one.
Yeah, so
I
there's
love
a
the
lot.
Brendan Fraser one. I
Yeah.
Me too.
really
It's my
feel good
favorite.
about that one.
Yeah.
and I am gonna do Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
And yeah, I think we definitely need to do Meg Ryan.
I love it.
cool.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
Okay,
This is difficult,
yeah,
actually,
this actually is very difficult.
because Keanu Reeves is
Dreamy.
like my.
Dreamy.
Yeah.
I just think everything about him is amazing. Every story I ever hear about
perfect.
him, he's helpful.
Yeah.
He is kind.
Yep.
He dates age appropriate women.
I'm marrying him.
He keeps the hand hover.
Yes.
Whenever he's in
Yes.
pictures with women.
Yes.
He's like, I don't care who you are. I loved it.
I love
Somebody
him.
did it on TikTok. Somebody did it where they were like showing all the pictures of his like hand hovering, and he's like, not even Dolly Parton. Like he was in a picture with Dolly
love
Parton, and he had like his hand
respect.
just like hovering behind her because he's like,
I love him.
I'm not going to be accused of jack shit. He's like, I'm respectful. I don't
Nope.
touch anybody.
I don't touch anybody. You can't, you're not laying this on me. No. And there's actually also a TikTok called Unreal Keanu. where he does like respectful things. It's like it's like an AI Keanu Reeves that does like respectful things. It's
I love
so
that.
great.
It's like porn. Like women are just like, oh, it's amazing. I love watching Keanu be nice.
I don't know what women want, and we tell you.
We
tell you
it's that.
Exactly.
It's
It's that. Okay, we're finding stuff out too. I'm doing the deep dive so far. Keanu Reeves is a Virgo. Which
because we did him not too long ago, and I remember that he was a Virgo. Yeah,
I can see that about him.
Yeah.
I could see him being a Virgo.
And you know, I love a Virgo.
I do too. I actually I like Virgos, and
Virgos keep me very,
them.
very grounded.
Well, this only just solidifies everything I was going to do.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
Meg Ryan's a Scorpio. That's interesting. And
I
Brendan
get along with
Fraser is
Scorpios,
a Sag.
honestly. Yeah.
Sag guy. Ruh-roh. Okay. Yeah, this changes some stuff up for me too.
I know what I'm going to do for sure.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to definitely marry Keanu.
Yeah.
There's just no question.
I mean,
he's kind. He's all the things.
He's hot.
He's all the things.
Yeah.
All the fucking things. I'm going to fuck Meg Ryan and move on.
Scorpio is a hot night in
with
the
a
bedroom.
Fucking Aries. Yikes.
Yeah. You guys are going to like melt plastic.
Yeah.
Like, honestly,
It's not going to be
too hot.
But we cannot be hang out.
No.
Beyond that point. It's in and out, moving on. And then I'm going to be friends with fucking Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because I have so many sad friends. It's sad.
We
sad
actually
friends
do
for
have a
me.
lot of sad friends.
do.
I
We have a
do.
ton.
I have a lot of my actual really good guy friends are all Sages, and I like them. That's exactly where they bring. That's where exactly they live for me. Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect as a friend.
And look, I know it gets touchy when we're talking about zodiac signs, but just like I said, I
I'm
would
an
never,
Aries, so
I
it
would
makes
never
sense for me.
date another Pisces man. I could not see myself dating a Sag man either.
I couldn't either.
I have a lot of friends who are Sagittarius women, and I love
Sag
that
women
energy.
are fucking.
And
They go hard for you,
right? And
Yeah.
I don't
Go
just
so hard for
and I
you.
don't
Yeah.
dislike Sag men either. I just don't think that I would.
Yeah.
I don't think our energies
I feel like Sag men go so hard for themselves.
confident. They got a lot of confidence. Yes. I am going to do the same thing, I think, actually. And like Brendan Fraser seems like such a sweetie. I think he's been with his wife for a long time. He seems to
love
have
it.
a really sweet relationship with his children too. I love that he's a man who's not afraid to show his emotions.
Yeah.
Like he's always been very honest and emotional in a way that like I really actually love. And I think that he's a good choice for marriage, but when he's up against Keanu,
I think he's nice. I think he's nice.
very nice.
I don't think that he would be as mean to me in the bedroom as
I think you're wrong.
Well-
I actually think you're wrong.
Really?
Because of the Sagittarius men that I know would be plenty mean to you in the bedroom.
yeah.
Yeah.
You think?
Just the kind of choke out you like.
Okay, all right. Well,
I
then
can't see it with Brendan Fraser.
And I think
He's
you can't
such a
see it with the
sweetie.
Sagittarius as maybe we know.
No, I can. With the Sagittarius as we know.
Okay.
But I really like Brendan Fraser, and I actually think he's up there for marriage material for me. But
Yeah.
when
Right.
you're next to Keanu Reeves,
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
and if
I'm marrying
so
Keanu.
then if it's
100.
between Brendan and Meg Ryan for just a hookup, I would rather.
I'm
just
hooking
hook
up with Scorpio.
I want to hook up with Meg Ryan.
Yeah.
She to me, because she was like, oh, America's sweetheart. Like she's to me, I'm like, you're freaky.
Sweetheart my ass.
Like
Yeah.
I'm like, she's one of those I see that I'm just like, you have this very like sweet persona, but I bet in the bedroom you get down.
So, yeah.
So
It's a Scorpio. Yeah,
I
of
get
course.
that energy from her. So if we're having to pick, and this is definitely fuck, marry, friend.
yeah.
I could never ever. Brendan Fraser is such a sweet
I'm
baby.
not going to lie to you. I don't know if you've noticed, but I have not killed one person since COVID.
Yeah, you're like.
I can't. I'm done with it.
I
Like,
have.
the
I'm
way,
pretty sure I killed
if-
Dane Cook. I'm pretty sure I did.
yeah.
So.
Nope, you're right. You're right. You got me. You got me. Dane Cook.
Sorry about you. But yeah, so I'm going to do the same thing that you did. Got to marry Keanu. He's just like, he's the whole package. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I'm going to differ from you guys. You guys talked me into it, and I think I am going to roll in the hay with Brendan Fraser.
Go for it.
I think you're going to be surprised.
I think you, of the
I bet
three of
he's a
us, I think it
surprise.
would be, as much as you are like, oh, I don't like nice, you You do. You like someone who's nice to you. Eric is very nice to you.
Dude, he is so
He's nice to you.
fucking nice to me.
Yeah, like he might have a little bit of asshole in him, but not to you. He's very nice to you.
That's
nice.
the best kind of asshole. That's exactly what I like about Chris. No one knows what an asshole he is.
He is a quiet asshole.
But you know what? To us, like we know because Chris would be the one. Chris is such a secret asshole that it's like it's one of those things where you just
it comes out of nowhere.
What the fuck did you just say?
Yes, exactly. Like, and he's never that way to us ever.
No.
But like, I do. I
Sometimes
can't remember
you catch
what
shit out of his mouth, and you're like,
yes, I can't remember what he said. We were driving, and he was in the back seat, and he said something, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah. It catches you
Chris.
off guard.
Yeah.
That's
Chris,
yeah.
So funny.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. No, I gotta marry Keanu Reeves and friend Meg Ryan. Man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I want the
She'd
tea.
be fun.
Oh, she'd be so fun to hang
think
out
so.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Woo, spicy. Just thinking about being married to Keanu Reeves.
We can. I'll be your sister wife. We can all be married to him together.
Honestly, it's all we ever wanted anyway.
Exactly.
We're gonna wear our caftans and our
Yeah, that's right.
men don't outlive women anyway. Come on.
Exactly.
Exactly what we've all dreamed of.
Well, you guys want to take 5 and then we'll come back with stories?
Sounds good.
And we're back.
Okay, I have the first story. So it says back in 2015, I was using an app called POF.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, never heard of her.
What?
What's that? We try not to hear about her. Matched with this girl who wanted an ongoing casual relationship. No problem. We planned for a first date, and when I proposed 9 p.m., she said it's late and proposed 7:30, to which I agreed.
Girl, relatable.
Same.
9 p.m.
Like, oh, no.
I proposed a bar in downtown in a street full of bars and restaurants. One of them, which was a bar with low music where we can actually hear each other across the table and actually talk. I took an Uber from my apartment, which was 15 minutes drive to downtown. After about 7 minutes of texting, I looked outside and realized that we're heading in the wrong direction, away from downtown. And I was like, what? We should be heading downtown. And the driver was like, what? Aren't you Jason? Then I realized I had switched Ubers with someone else who's on their way to my date.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
The Uber driver was kind enough to drive me back to the original destination free of charge. I texted my date telling her the funny story and told her that I would be 15 minutes late. She said, no problem. When I get to the bar, it was unusually loud. She was sitting at a table and looking upset. I walked in saying, I'm really sorry for the delay. And I told her the whole story as, you know, something funny to start the date with. She didn't laugh. Didn't even smile. She stared at me furiously and said, you said the bar isn't loud.
Okay. Would you like to go somewhere else?
And I said, it is. Shouldn't be loud. I am here like once a week. And she responded, well, it is loud. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Excuse me, everybody. Could you guys
keep it down? Could you keep it down, please?
You guys, everyone over here.
All eyes on me.
It is loud. Like, you want to go someplace else? Like,
And I said, well, easy. We're in the heart of downtown. There are tons of bars and restaurants, literally footsteps from us. Let's get out and go pick one.
It's downtown. I'm guessing this is a weekend night.
Yeah.
If you're going to a bar for drinks, you're gonna be hard pressed to find any place that's gonna be quiet.
Right.
Go get coffee in the middle of the day or something if that's what you want.
She was like, yeah, which one exactly? And I said, well, how about we walk outside and figure it out? Thai food, Vietnamese, how about Korean barbecue or Persian? And she's like, I'm not going to walk aimlessly. You know what? Let's call it a night. Goodbye and good luck.
wow.
And she stormed out of the bar. I sat in my seat speechless for like a good minute, then ordered some wings and beer, had a great time actually. Texted my friend to join me for a movie afterwards, and was an amazing night regardless.
I couldn't be with someone that inflexible. You know what I mean? Like that's so silly.
To be that upset.
I love a plan. He had a plan.
He had a plan.
And
Yeah.
I'm amenable to being like, this isn't quite the right vibe. You want to go find something else. Like, you don't expect somebody to have like
Plan for the
B,
C. You expected
D.
him to come up with backups?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
And he was amendable. He was like, you know what? It is a little louder than it usually is. Why don't we go take a walk out? You don't have another plan? Like what?
Why would I?
Be lucky he came with a plan to begin with.
Right.
Because most of the
Truly.
people in these streets
Do not.
do not.
Do not.
So
Bring the barest of minimums.
Yeah.
Wow, that's overreacting. That seems like kind of like an excuse or something.
She
like
wanted
that
to go
for a leave.
home and sit on her couch and watch Bridgerton. That's what she wanted to do.
Well,
like,
don't we all?
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, truly.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, mine goes, oh boy. So we met briefly at karaoke thanks to a common friend, and after I left, he asked her for my number. My friend asked if she could give it to him, and I said okay. Over the next few days, we texted a lot and found out we had enough in common that I was up for a date and to see where things go. Mm-hmm. We start to make plans, and he said he loves to cook and would love to have me come over for a meal and then hang out, maybe watch a movie. I was okay going to his house since my friend vouched that he was a good guy and her boyfriend was his roommate. So far,
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay. So I showed up to his house and knocked, but he did not answer. I texted him to tell him I was there. He just said, come on in. So I let myself in and I find him at his computer. He says he's just going to finish up a raid and we'll be done soon. He was playing World of Warcraft.
My God. Oh,
just wait.
No, it's she'll be waiting. You just say no more.
Say no more. Okay. I sit down.
Keegan is so she's distraught internally. I can see it.
I'm going to a place inside myself right now where I'm just like, I'm going to my happy place. I don't want.
Yeah, I see it.
I don't want to be reminded.
No.
These were dark days.
These were dark days.
These were dark times.
Dark times in these streets. Oh my God. Okay. I sit down on the couch and ask him how his day was. What was for dinner?
Can you wait a minute?
What movie he wanted to watch, etc. He did not answer past just yes and okays. So you're just sitting in a stranger's house.
I asked you if I could just finish this raid.
Can I just finish?
Can I just finish this
Will you
raid?
let me finish?
Can I finish? Can I finish?
Oh my God.
Keegan is harmed.
No.
Internally harmed.
This is gonna break you.
I'm
Oh God.
so glad I have nothing relatable to this. But watching your relatability.
Dude, dating a gamer boyfriend takes you it
Unless that is also your interest, you are in for a rough time, my friend.
Yeah.
Like if that is, and I'm not talking about someone who likes the occasional video game or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about someone who like this is their thing, and it's okay. Everybody can have hobbies, but if it's not
their personality.
if it's not your yes,
This is
and
their
if it is not your
personality.
thing, it's gonna be frustrating.
right.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. So Eric likes video games, and I don't really. When we have plans to do something,
Yeah.
he is not playing video games and making me sit there and watch him. Do you know what I mean?
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Like all I can think of is just like getting ready for a date. Like the amount of effort that you put into getting ready for a date. I'm dressed up, I'm looking nice, I did my hair, I did my makeup.
This man's gonna cook you dinner.
No, he's not.
I'm sitting in
No,
your
he's not.
fucking living room watching you
on your computer.
Play World of on the
Fight horse?
computer.
game.
Yeah.
Not even like a game on TV where I can actually be watching and be like, oh, this is fun. No, that's not fun.
No.
Get me the fuck out of here.
After about 15 minutes, he finally finished his raid. He gets up and goes to the kitchen. He says dinner's ready already and that we had about 30 minutes to eat before the next raid.
I swear to fucking Christina? No.
No.
I'm a bit confused and asked him directly if we were still on for watching a movie or if we should move the date to another day. He kind of just shrugged and said, yep.
What?
So he
What?
brings me
Yes,
over
what?
dinner. Wait. Wait for dinner. Dinner was fish sticks, pizza rolls, and a giant cup of Mountain Dew. I'm fucking dying.
How old
dinner.
is he? How old is he?
Fish sticks.
Sorry, if you tell me, look,
Oh my God. Pizza roll. And a cup of Mountain Dew.
I hope it was in a goblet or something fancy.
Cup of Mountain
Oh my fucking God. Dude, one time my my brother's
neighbors are gonna be like, what the fuck is
my
wrong?
brother's husband came over for a date with my brother. He came over and they were like gonna make dinner or something like that. And like My brother just made a giant tray of fish sticks.
Dude, what is wrong with you?
Fish sticks.
I don't have
Trust the Gordon's fisherman, okay?
I fucking love a pizza roll. I do.
And listen, I love a fish stick every now and then.
There's a time and a place for a fish stick and a pizza roll. And it ain't a date.
It's not when you invite somebody over and you explicitly
you make
say,
that blue
I'm
box
making
mac and
you
cheese?
dinner. When you say, I'm making you dinner, like that has a certain kind of
Connotation,
connotation, right?
yeah.
Like I am cooking you food. Like putting frozen fish
We got
sticks.
30 minutes till the next
Also,
raid.
those fish sticks are probably cold because they've been sitting in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
They're already done.
Oh my God. I'm fucking dead at that. I am not picky, and I'm thinking that maybe this is all he had on hand or could afford or
then
something like this.
don't invite me over for dinner.
Yes.
Then just don't
Just
invite me
don't.
over for dinner. We'll do
Order a
something
pizza.
different.
Anything.
Yes.
Anything.
He ate his food in 2 minutes flat. I'm barely done with one fish sticks when he asks if I'm ready. I'm like, ready for what?
For what?
He then brings out a laptop and sets it up on the table in front of me.
She gone. I'm gone. No.
He loads up World of Warcraft and asks me if I've ever played it.
No.
I told him, no, I don't play a lot of PC games. I've played Elder Scrolls a bit. He sighs and says, well, it's really easy. I just need you to play this character and hang back and just cast.
I'm out of here. Absolutely fucking not.
Wait, so you invited me over. This isn't even
To help you on your raid.
On your raid. On your world. He gave you fish sticks, okay?
Yeah.
What do you want?
And pizza rolls.
And pizza rolls.
I can't leave those out. And Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. This is
Nectar of the gods.
The way I think this is sitting in someone's bedroom still.
I'm
A plate of this.
disgusted.
Then he proceeded to give me a quick overview of what I needed to do. I honestly am taken aback. He did not say anything about this when we set up the date, and it was not even like he was trying to show me something that he was into. He was just matter of fact about the fact that I needed to play this caster, hang back, and don't talk because he needs to hear the rest of the party. I then finally put it all together. He never really wanted to hang out and watch movies. He was a person short for this raid and needed someone to stand in. He then walks back over to his computer and tells me to be ready.
This is why people have trust issues. I swear to God. Because I'd be like, I never trust anybody again.
Never.
I'd be like, I need
ready. He turns back over and I'm gone.
out of here.
Poof. I
Yeah.
casted myself
Yeah.
out of this
See ya.
situation.
Thanks for the fish sticks. Goodbye.
He then walks back over to I'm still flabbergasted that this was his idea of a date. If this had been discussed beforehand and he wanted to teach me something that he liked, I may not have had a problem. Wow, you're much kinder than me.
Yeah.
So the raid starts. I suck and die really quickly. He tells me, thanks for nothing, and keeps playing on. I kid you not, he did not even notice that I left. He then texted me a couple hours later asking why I left. And he said that he was very sad that I did not want to finish our date. They won the raid, and he said he would have loved to.
So glad they won the raid.
They won the raid, and now I want to fuck you so I can
Pretty
go
much,
to sleep.
yeah. And he would have loved to cuddle up and watch a movie before the next raid started at 1 a.m.
My dude, you have a problem. You have a problem.
You have a problem.
You have a problem.
No, I think these games are addictive. I really do.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that
I told you about my friend's boyfriend when we went to Florida to visit.
Yes.
And he was like, I'd rather just stay at home and play World of Warcraft while we went to Disney. Sir, I mean, okay.
Okay.
They had
Yeah.
a season pass too. It's not like we were asking him to spend a bunch of money.
Yeah, that's okay.
Listen, I don't this is awful.
I
hate this.
I told him that this was not a good first date and that if he just wanted to stand in, he should have asked someone who was into the game.
Yeah.
He told me that this game is his life and that to accept him is to accept this game
I don't
comes
accept
before
you.
anything
I don't
else.
accept you.
Absolutely.
I
fucking
don't.
not. Imagine having kids with this guy.
No, I absolutely will not. No.
She's like, I won't even put it in my brain.
barely want to imagine having kids with somebody that I love that is a good partner, let alone this motherfucker.
Right?
Fucking Gordon's fisherman here.
Game comes before everything else.
Yeah. I stopped talking to him and blocked his number. I told my friend to please never give my number to anyone ever again.
I don't trust you. I don't trust you.
You're a bad person.
In fact.
In fact, we're not even friends anymore.
Dude, yeah, I feel like if you're friends with the guy, like if anyone outside the friend group or like a peripheral of the friend group was like, oh, hey, I'm kind of liking, this person that's in your friend group. And I knew, because I know what our friends' hobbies and stuff like that are. And I'd be like, oh, are you into this, and this? Because that's something that's really important to them kind of thing. Like I feel like this is something that should have come up. Yes. It's obviously World of Warcraft is a big deal.
Right.
To be like, are you into that kind of thing? Should have been
You
a
are
question.
not going to get along. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're not, it's not going to work out.
It's like it'd be like you introducing me to someone who doesn't like animals.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
And
so
any of us. There's no.
No, me specifically.
No,
Keegan, I'm the
only me.
only one who likes animals here.
I like them more than everyone.
No one loves them more than me.
God, I haven't had a fish stick in a minute.
Wait, why did it sound good? But not like a date.
No.
But just in general.
But just I'm like,
do I want
a fish
pizza
stick?
rolls and fish sticks?
I fucking love pizza rolls. I'm not gonna lie. I ate so many pizza rolls whenever I was like in high school. That was like the after school snack.
Mountain Dew feels like bad tea.
I can't do Mountain Dew
Me either.
anymore. That phase of my life is well behind me.
So far behind.
Yeah.
Can't. That taste.
The color.
The color. It looks like coolant.
Yeah.
It is not right. This isn't right.
No.
Oh
God.
That's unnatural.
Oh, wrap us up, Keegan.
Okay. This is a short one, but I found it quite funny. Okay. Somewhere around our third date, I had this girl over for dinner. Wonder if it was fish sticks.
Tristan Gordon's Fisherman is the name of this episode.
I don't know if we get a cease and desist.
They're like, hey, keep our name out of your fucking mouth. No. Don't associate us with. She had brought her dog along because she didn't have anyone to take care of him for the night. Earlier in the day, my sister had stopped by to hang out and, unbeknownst to me at the time, had done a tampon change in the bathroom during the course of her visit, disposing of the used tampon in the closed bin next to the toilet. Anyway, at some point during the evening,
dogs love tampons.
we were sitting there having dinner when this chick's dog runs past the table with something in its mouth.
Oh, no. Oh, no. It was a closed bin, sir.
This fucking dog had gone and dug this used tampon out of the goddamn bin. The girl says, hey, what's in his mouth?
No.
What? It's my sister's.
Oh, God. Even worse.
Oh, no.
It took me a moment or two to realize what the fuck it was. And now, Jesus hop along fucking Christ. Now her dog is running around with a bloody tampon in its mouth, and not me, her, or wild fucking horses can wrestle this thing away from the dog.
This dog's like, I got a taste for it.
I don't know, 20 fucking minutes.
Oh,
No.
Absolute worst, most awkward, surreal fight or flight episode of my life. I cringe and twitch just thinking about it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because how do you explain it?
Tampon.
Oh, God. I mean, no.
Also, your sweet baby, like your sweet dog
that
like,
kisses your mouth. Oh, God. No.
Another woman's menstrual blood.
No,
thank you.
No, thank you. I don't even want mine. Thanks.
No.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. No.
I don't like it whenever it touches my hands.
Oh,
like you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I definitely do. I like
It happens.
30 years of that.
Yeah, of course it happens, but it's like it's not like I'm always like, oh, I need to wash my hands right now.
Yeah,
right.
right. Yeah, it's fine.
Immediately.
But God,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, dogs love tampons, man. I knew that was
I've never
coming.
experienced. I mean, have you ever had an animal dig through your trash and pull out a tampon?
No, like all of our dogs are pretty good about trash. Tig dog loved. He was kind of a trash monster. He was trash monster. He was I loved him so much. Earl of Trash, and he would get in and he would get one every now and then. No, what Pickles likes is Eric and my underwear. And he will eat the crotch out of it, which is
Clean or dirty?
No.
dirty.
Oh,
Yeah. So the other day we're out back and just chasing him. He's got one of Eric's boxers in his mouth, just running with it.
Fucking snappy.
just tearing into it.
My cat's like unused tampons. Like they'll get into like my bag. Yeah, my backpack. And I'm like, that shit's expensive. And you're like chewing on it.
Yeah.
Stop that.
No, they like the string.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
My dog has this thing. Okay, so sometimes when I wash my face, I'll put the wet washcloth over the tub to let it like dry. My dog will take it by the mouth, pull it off, and then rub her body against it. I'm like, you're so weird.
Weirdos. They're fucking weird. Like animals are weird. My cat licks the wall all the time. I'm just like, are you okay? Like I was just
my dog licks my feet like non-fucking stop.
Yeah.
Like I just don't even know. I can't. I'm like, I don't know what to do here, and it doesn't necessarily. I mean, like I'm not ticklish, thank God, but I'm just like, it's so fucking weird, Rose. Like you don't have to. What are you doing?
What are you doing? Gross. Seriously. Well, you guys want to take 5 and we'll come back with the Tainted Love?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see if I can. This is better. Oh, hi. Hi. And we're back. Tap, tap, tap. Is this thing on?
Hot mic.
Hot mic. Hey.
Fish sticks.
We need to stop recording.
I know,
We've been recording for too long.
It's getting a little delirious.
So my story this week is, it's so weird, Keegan, that we must have been on somewhat of the same wavelength in which both of our stories inspired a movie.
Okay.
And okay,
I'm
so
ready. I love stories.
You're
like
going to
this.
know, you guys, A, you're going to know the story.
Okay.
B, you're going to know the movie.
Okay.
So Hella Nielsen was born in Denmark, July 4th in 1947. She'd met Richard Crafts in 1969. She was becoming a flight attendant. He is a pilot. So, you know, both very much into their careers. Richard actually is making tons of money. He's Mr. and he is a pilot. I mean, you know, they have a bit of a reputation. I'm not saying hashtag not all pilots, but...
We did, I think, do them whenever we covered that list of like the most difficult like
jobs
occupations to be married to.
Yeah.
And
Right.
pilot is on that list.
And I did marry the pilot because I was like, fuck it, I don't care.
Take you all over the world.
Take me places. But Mr. Richard Crafts was, he was a bit of a ladies' man and had a bit of a reputation, dated a lot of...
fuckboy.
He was a fuckboy.
Got it.
There's just no two ways about it, honestly. Because while she's dating Hella, he's also dating other women. This is not... They're not like a serious... This isn't like one of those things star-crossed... They met each other.
And it was it.
Sparks went off.
Right.
Sparks went off, but it just was in the bedroom. It feels like it doesn't seem like there was a lot of like.
And was she okay with that they weren't
hashtag in love.
exclusive?
Yeah, I think that it was probably okay to begin with, but Hella finds out that she is pregnant in 1975, and so that kind of changes things for both of them. And they're like, you know what? It's 1975 now. I mean, this has been probably they've been dating for a while. They're like, let's just settle down and get married. So right before she has the baby, they end up getting married that same year. And you know, things progress. I mean, they're seemingly a happy family. She ends up having 2 more children. So they have 3 children together, but the marriage isn't happy. And, you know, again, this wasn't like I said, star-crossed lovers meet.
Yeah.
Sparks go off. They were meant to be kind of relationship. This is kind of feels like more of a settled, you know, like, oh, I guess this is what we're doing now. You know, I guess we got to adult. I think that this is something we've talked about even in, you know, the episode we were talking about, like, you know, whoa, at a certain age, you have to XYZ, you know?
Yeah.
You know, life happens.
Well, and she's still at that point in 75, she's still in her 20s.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, late 20s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But 3 kids.
With a pilot
husband.
It's fucking around.
The marriage, like I said, not super happy. 1975 is when they got married.
Oh, okay.
So I guess, not the point we're at with 3 children, I guess, at that point. The marriage isn't happy. She had actually just recently been home to visit her mother, and, you know, or in the correspondence with her mother had said, like, you know, this isn't going well. Like, we're not happy. He's abusive. He's, you know, very aggressive with me. This is just like, I don't know what I'm doing. This is stupid. And, you know, I think he cheats on me all the time. So she finds herself an attorney, and the woman is like, you know what, if he's cheating, let's find out. I have a great PI. So they hire PI Keith Mayo to see if Richard is cheating. And they find out.
Check.
Yep.
Yeah.
Turns
Here's
out.
pics of one. Here's pics of another.
He's carrying on an affair. And so, Richard or Keith meets up with her and is like, yeah, Richard is having an affair. Here's the pictures. And she's like, that's it. I'm done. Decision's made. He's never around. There's all the things that made her suspicious to begin with. So it's like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
What are you holding on to?
What are we holding on to?
Yeah.
For both of them, exactly. And again, after learning this, she's incredibly upset. Hella is a flight attendant for Pan Am, and she is flying, overseas a lot. She does a lot of the overseas flights. And after one of her overseas European trips, she is dropped at her home. It's November 18th, 1986. And by 7 p.m., she's being dropped off by a friend. And apparently in one of the articles I read, she was like, when they pulled in, the friend was like, yeah, she saw his car there. And she's like, ugh, Richard's home. So I don't think it was very common for Richard to be home all the time. And the other
Who's
thing
watching the kids?
they have a live-in nanny.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so they have to have a nanny. Yeah.
So they do have a live-in nanny. And it turned out that night she had the night off and wasn't expected home until after midnight. And so Richard was at home with the kids. So a few days go by. She doesn't show up for her next flight assignment, which is extremely unusual. And so her friends and some coworkers are like, hey, Richard, they call the home.
What's the deal?
Where's Hella? And he's like, oh, she went off to Denmark to see her mom. She's sick. Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Without telling her job or informing anyone?
Nope. Just
that's what she was going to do?
Okay, that's really weird. So a bunch of the friends start talking to each other. Well, that's what he told one friend, but he also told another friend that she just, quote unquote, up and left.
Bro,
right?
If you're going to lie, be consistent.
Yeah.
No consistency. She took off with a friend on vacation. They're in Florida. He's got stories for days, but none of them are the same. So all her friends are like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
They all know that too, that she's done with this relationship. All of her friends know that she has an attorney. So they actually reach out to her attorney, her divorce attorney, and are like, have you heard from Hella? Her divorce attorney's like, no, I haven't. Let's reach out to our good friend Keith Mayo.
Yeah.
Our PI.
I love this attorney, by the way. This attorney is on top of her
She
shit.
is too.
Yeah.
Because the other thing the attorney said was that Hella told her, that her husband was abusive, and also had said to her privately, if anything happens to me, it wasn't an accident. I really feel like I'm unsafe with Richard.
Oh my God. Can you imagine being an attorney and hearing a client say that? The way that I would be like,
here's an exit strategy.
What do you?
Let's put it in writing. Let's see what we can do, to get you out of there safely.
Can I record this? Let me record this conversation with you. Yeah. And tell me in the recording, why do you not feel safe?
Yep.
Let's get all of that outlined. And let's try and get you out of this relationship as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Can we bring in friends to strategize? Because a lot of people too, I feel like they'll say she had 3 kids. She had 3 kids at home. Yeah. So it's like, okay, how do we get you and the children?
Yeah, a lot of parallels between my story and yours.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Yeah,
down to the 3 kids.
Yeah, exactly. She reached out to her PI friend Keith Mayo, and she's like, hey, we have a missing. Have you heard from her? Have you heard anything since you talked to her and showed her these pictures? Have you talked to her at all? No. And he's like, let's start taking a look around, see what we find. Again, they're not getting anything. So the Keith decides, he's like, I'm going to reach out to the Newtown Police Department. They're not interested.
Oh
yeah. The police department's like, yeah, I don't know.
What do you mean?
She just up and left. So I don't know what to tell you. I mean,
it's really fun, especially in the 80s and 70s, 80s, when police departments were almost complete.
And they're dudes. What
There's
the
a bunch
fuck
of men.
are you supposed to do them?
It's
what
your
the
fucking
fuck are
job.
we paying you for?
Well, you know how women be.
Oh, well, yeah.
Women are just, she was probably on her period and just needed to go away for a little while. That's probably what happened.
And that was happening with fucking children too. They were like, oh, they ran away. That's fine. And look into the Candyman story.
Oof.
It's terrifying.
I'd actually rather not.
No, it's awful. And it's forget, like 40, 50 children, like just ran away.
Just ran away.
Just ran away.
And we've brought this up on the podcast before. Like, when you're talking about children, I know this story is not about children, but it's like, even if they ran away, they are still a child.
Yes, that's exactly right.
You know, you're still talking about a child, even if they left because they wanted to. Well, they're a child. They don't get to do that.
14-year-old
right,
kid.
A 14-year-old doesn't get to decide, like, I live on my own now. Like, go look for them.
No.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make any sense. That's not a good excuse.
So weird.
Oh my God. So at any rate, police aren't really interested at this point. They had found her car at JFK Airport, which was really wasn't that unusual. So it's just like, you know, could be that she just took off, right? Minimal work. This is also 1986.
I love it whenever, like, I do feel like a time and place whenever they're like, oh, we found the car at an airport or a bus station. They're like, our job's done.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's the car. You put 2 and 2 together,
and I'm going to go on my break.
Yeah.
Bye.
Looks like it's donut time.
What the fuck? Dig just a little bit deeper.
Keith Mayo ain't having it.
I fucking love Keith Mayo. Keith Mayo's like, nah.
Undeterred, he launched his own investigation. He starts interviewing the nanny right away. He's like, you know, you came home that night.
Nanny always has the tea.
Nanny's like, I came home at like 2 a.m. I went directly to bed. I didn't see nothing. She did say, though, that the next morning she noticed that there was a dark stain on the bedroom carpet.
That's weird.
Yeah. And she even asked about it, and he was Richard was
Spill
like,
some cranberry
just spilled something, you know. I don't even remember what she said, but it was just like, okay, sure. But
dude, listen, if there is a dark
spot,
if there is a dark stain and it coincides with someone going missing, sorry, it is never cranberry juice.
Listen, I am not the one here that is taking the math class, but I know how that adds up. I know what that equation, and I can solve for X, and that is
this is
X
always,
equals blood.
Yes, always what happens if somebody's wife goes missing, and you're like, hey, why is there blood in your car? And
Why
they
did
tell
you
you
rip
they
up
had
the
a
blood?
they had a bloody nose.
They didn't.
No.
They didn't.
killed
What
her.
are the chances?
Yeah.
What are the chances they have a bloody nose
They don't.
same day that their wife goes missing?
The other thing that was really weird to her is that he had started to pull up the carpet with no explanation. He's like, you know what? We're just going to make some changes. Doesn't matter that the wife disappeared.
Now's a good time for a remodel.
To remodel the apartment.
a little DIY.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're just fresh carpet. It's time.
I'm
It's
in the
time.
middle
Let's
of a
do.
divorce. Like, this is a good time.
Good time.
Yeah.
The other weird thing that she mentioned right away was that there was a large freezer in the garage that had gone missing.
You guys, literally, what more could there be?
It's fine. It's fine. I do think that this is when the police do come back in, because
They're like, wait, you said something about a freezer?
Mayo is like, yeah, there is obviously a fucking crime here. So he is like, he films this interview with the nanny, and he's like, you guys,
Keith Mayo is
seriously?
handing them this information.
Yeah.
And just like, you're welcome for doing your fucking job for you.
The barest
This
fucking minimum.
This guy's
Ask
not
one
getting paid
person
for it. This guy's doing this shit for free just
Yeah.
because he thinks something fucked up happened
to
there.
one of his clients. Yeah, for sure. So further investigation does turn up credit card receipts where Richard had rented a U-Haul as well as a commercial wood chipper.
Ooh.
That's not.
I don't like
Nope.
that.
You're not going to love that.
Nope.
Why do you need a commercial wood
Is this
chipper,
a Fargo
Richard?
situation?
This is exactly what this is. So this is the story that inspired part of the Fargo story. That part.
Oh God, there is nothing more unsettling. That is so gross and terrible.
It's
awful.
What does your brain even have to be like to even think of that?
Yeah.
To think of that as a solution.
And I just can't imagine, like, friends, family, knowing that that's what happened to your loved one is so.
It's deeply
Well, police
upsetting.
now have a lot more questions, of course.
Yeah.
Police are now asking Richard to do a polygraph. He passes the polygraph, which is why polygraphs shouldn't be done in the first place.
Right.
And they certainly shouldn't be used as proof
Evident.
of anything.
Of anything. It's
Right.
just bullshit. Police and forensics execute a search warrant on Kraft's home. Dr. Henry Lee, which is a well-known...
Yes.
I know you guys know that
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
That's why
Didn't he get in trouble? He got in trouble recently.
I think that he is the one who did the blood spatter analysis, and a lot of the problem is that this part of this is partly blood spatter analysis. But this is by the way, very first season 1, episode 1 of Forensic Files.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know what? I think that's where I've seen this.
I think so too.
Story.
Yeah. So he had found 5 minute stains on the mattress, on the side of the mattress. Proved it was human blood. It was the same blood type as Hella's, and had been proven to be circulatory and not menstrual. Okay. So they're able to right away be like, this is blood. It's not enough on the side of the mattress to be much more than
who knows,
right?
But there's still blood on the mattress.
There's blood in the mattress. The bathroom towels, although had been washed, they're able to detect that there had been a high amount of blood left on the towels. So there was like, the towels are white. They've been washed. They look white, but because of obviously, luminol.
Luminol.
Good old luminol. They were able to see that there was blood matter left on the towels, and a lot of it. The week of Hella's disappearance, also, a snowplower had reported that he'd seen someone with a wood chipper at a bridge at 3:30 in the fucking morning, with a man in an orange jacket basically just waving him past. An hour later, he had actually seen the same wood chipper on another road with a U-Haul. So he's like, the hell's going on? This is like, the reason he remembers it's the first snow of the winter. So it's, a really heavy snow. This is the first time he's got the plow out. It's a little weird to see a wood chipper on the side of the fucking bridge
in the middle of the night,
in the morning.
Yeah,
sir.
Yeah, we're not mulching.
No, no, not at all. So police immediately go to the bridge where the plower had seen the chipper, and along the banks of the river, they started to sort through chipped debris and found mostly wood, but then stumbled upon some mail. They found a piece of mail, and it was addressed to Hella Crafts. So immediately they're like, okay, well, whatever, this is attached. This is definitely attached to Hella.
Right.
So they also discovered some blonde hairs, some bone fragments, and on top of a snowy, melting snow pile, they had found a single painted nail.
Oh my God.
That's so sad.
Yeah. It's insane. Police divers then decide to go digging through like the banks into the water a little bit further. They find a chainsaw where the serial number had been filed off. Forensics were able to go through the tines of the chainsaw. They found fibers, human hair, human tissue. And at this time it's 1986 too. So we're not even talking about like real intensive DNA touch points here, but they're able to at least get some pretty conclusive evidence that this is related. It's really the bones that are crucial though. They find the chipper that was rented. Mm-hmm. They rent the chipper and are able to do a test where they do it with a pig. Yeah. And they're able to see that the bone markings and the digs on the markings are the same as the bone fragments that they found. They did not find a ton, and only because of some of it actually happened to fall into the side.
That's disgusting.
It's just insane to think that. Hair was compared to that of Hella's hairbrush. They were also too that the chainsaw, they were like able to reveal the serial number and were able to match it to one that Richard Kraft had sent a warranty card with that serial number into the company, and were able to track it directly to him.
Wow.
It really is the bone that's crucial, but the biggest crucial piece is they're looking, because this is not a home run yet, right? Again, because they don't have that strong DNA matched evidence. They have all the things. Mm-hmm. They even tested the nail polish to a nail polish that was sitting on her bed. It's an exact match to the nail polish that was on the nail, but they don't have really truly enough. And so Dr. Gus Karazoulis is a forensic dentist. He was able to go through, and the way they describe him talking about how it was like such a random accident. Like he had actually fallen down, he'd washed his hands off, and that's how they found one of her teeth, and it had enough dental work to be traced directly to Pella.
This is so terrible. Like, I just can't imagine, like, if...
Just get divorced. You're not, like...
This is, again, what we talked about last week with Keegan's, is that, you know, that's the most dangerous time.
I know.
And this guy, like, she had proof of infidelity. Yeah. She had 3 kids.
Right.
She was going to get
custody.
Fucking
custody.
She was going to
money.
get money.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, because
this guy
he was making a ton of money.
Yeah.
As a pilot back then, I mean, we're talking 1986, and they said he was making a salary of like $120,000 plus a year.
Yeah.
In 1986 money. Yeah. You're doing pretty okay.
Yeah.
That's like cocaine
And she
money.
works too. Yeah.
And
so
she
like
works.
they're
doing it
rich.
right.
Yeah.
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 But I just
86,
can't.
That's definitely cocaine money.
I just can't imagine, like, this kind of thing would be so horrific. Like, if it happened to your daughter or your sibling or
I'd
your
never...
best friend, like like even the way they're talking about it, where it's just like they're finding pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're analyzing pieces.
Literally.
Like, to think about that, like...
Well, we know about this now because of Fargo.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But I'm like, this guy, that came from this guy's head. That was his fucking plan.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
And I'm sure he's
to
not
me.
the first person to do it, though. I'm sure other people have done it.
Well, they did say too. So the thing is like, if you've ever, of course, you guys have seen Fargo. There's like that big scene, and it's like a bloody scene. They said that the reason that his wasn't that way was because, you know, she was a frozen body.
Yeah.
Right.
She was in a freezer, so there was like barely any blood at the scene.
That's
it's just insane, right? Kraft is found guilty. He's sentenced to up to 50 years in prison.
That's it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You need life.
50
What are you
years.
talking about?
50 years. I think he was released in 2020.
Shut up.
Yeah, I tried to get into the article, but it was a lockdown article, and it's the only one I saw. But they were talking about his release.
Someone who is capable of putting their wife through a wood chipper. I don't know. I mean, look, I'm all for rehabilitation. Like that is
no,
I believe in rehabilitation.
Yeah.
But like that's not a safe person.
No.
Like
No.
how?
No, there are people that are doing life because of the 3 strikes law.
Right. For drugs.
For drugs.
drug-related offenses. Mm-hmm.
And this guy who puts his wife through a wood chipper gets to fucking be out on these streets.
Breathe air. Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. This was actually the first conviction in Connecticut without an actual body. But because of the forensic evidence, they were able to trace, you know, enough of
a body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just insane. But yeah, and this is the story that in particular that scene in Fargo is the inspiration for that.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
That is terrifying for spooky season.
Yeah.
That is upsetting. Truly.
Yeah. Man, if you're trying to leave a really difficult situation, there are so many different resources. I'll try to put some in the show notes because I know this is the second week that we've talked about it. Yeah,
it was not planned either.
No,
yeah,
I did not know.
No, but I mean, we could do a Tainted Love segment that's all just stories like this, and we'd have a million stories to tell because it is so common.
Yeah,
I mean, when you're with somebody who's narcissistic or abusive. Controlling, when they start to lose that control or they're sensing that they're losing that control, it can get violent, you know, and it often does get violent. And again, I said this last week, but it bears repeating. This is why you can never say to somebody like, why didn't you leave sooner? Or why doesn't she just leave? Because it's an incredibly scary situation.
And it's also just a really shitty thing to say.
And
so
it
don't be
truly
shitty.
It is really just like it just...
You don't know until you're in that situation. You can't possibly understand it. So like to even pass judgment or something like that is incredibly shitty.
Relationships and romantic relationships, and this is something that people don't like to remember either when you're talking about people who are this evil and this capable of harm. Romantic relationships are really complicated. And there's a reason why she loved him and married him in the first place. And that adds a level of complication to wanting to get out of a situation, even when you know you're being treated poorly. Like, it's not an easy thing for people to do. It's difficult.
That's exactly right.
So,
ooh, well, what are you guys watching this week?
well, I've been on a journey to watch all the like old horror movies that like I had not seen.
Yeah.
Oh.
I hadn't seen Child's Play in
its
entirety.
Oh my god,
That was a fun ride. It was actually fun. Like, it's
Chucky's
really
new
fun.
one.
Yeah, they have a
out.
new one.
And they had one that came
actually
out.
looks.
They had one that came out a
insane.
couple years ago with Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did not know that.
So that was actually fun. I enjoyed that. It's hilarious, but
Yeah,
fun.
Of course.
Last night, I was like, I've never seen Poltergeist.
Oh, ooh, I'm sorry.
That movie is silly.
It's not very scary. Like Caroline. But what's scarier is like all the shit, the curse of Poltergeist.
Yes,
that's
of course. Yeah,
scary.
yeah. The
When
stuff
I
around
was a
it.
kid, which is when I watched Poltergeist, it was fucking frightening.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'll tell
That
you
TV with the static and the
When you watch it in
movie
2023, having
creeped
never
me
seen
out.
it again before, it's the special effects.
Special effects.
They throw you out immediately.
The swimming pool with the
Like the
skeleton.
giant tree that's like nom nom nom,
Yeah.
and then like everything's the poltergeisty part, which is just like stuff spinning around the room, and everyone's reacting to nothing, and
Yeah.
they're reacting to nothing because the CGI or whatever special effect looks so fake.
bad. Yeah.
That
Dude,
it's,
you need to watch. I think it's the second one though, Poltergeist 2. There's a preacher character that
Oh,
used
yes.
to give me fucking
creeps.
nightmares.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that one scared me.
I'm into it. I'm having a great journey. Like I watched Friday the 13th, not for the first time, but for the first time since I was a kid. Like I saw it when I was a little
That movie's
kid.
fucked up.
But I liked it. It is fucked up.
It is fucked up. You're like,
I
holy
enjoyed
shit!
it.
It's
liked
the
it.
fucking mom. It's nuts.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
What is the one? It's one of the Halloween movies that has where they wear the masks. and it's
Halloween
so-
3. I watched it recently too.
That movie when I was a kid freaked me the fuck out.
That movie is unhinged because it has nothing to do with the
Nothing.
other Halloween
Have you
movies.
seen
at
all
all.
of the Nightmare on Elm Streets?
I've
They're
only
so-
seen the first one. I haven't
Watch
seen the other one.
the second one.
Okay,
Which
I'm
one's
down.
Freddy's dead? That one was.
No, I'm talking about the one where the guy is the main character. The guy is the Scream Queen.
Oh, I fucking love it. I'm
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Dude, 80s horror movies unhinged. And
There's a new horror movie that I just saw a trailer for, and it looks like Country Bears or whatever. It looks like
fuck yeah, Friday Night at Freddy's or something like that.
Yes.
I am so into it. I will watch the
kinda
shit
wanna watch
because
it. It
I
looks so
I
scary.
told you
Country
guys. No, okay, because here's what it is. I had told you a few years ago that I had watched with Thomas and Sarah, Thomas who edits our podcast. I had watched like Willy's Wonderland or whatever that was.
Yes.
Where it was the same concept, but it was with Nick Cage, where it was like they go into basically an abandoned Chuck E. Cheese, and it's like the animatronics come to life
no.
and start killing everybody.
That's what this looks
This
like.
is kind of the same concept.
Amazing.
And I am so down.
Oh my
It's going to
God.
be hilarious. I am into it.
And like it looks equally hilarious, and also like I'm gonna accidentally hit somebody.
Oh yeah, because
I'm
there's going to be
scared.
jumps.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be weird jumps. And I think
I
this
would
one
watch it
is
with
their
you as long as it was daylight outside.
I'm down. Like let's do it. I think that this one is like the animatronics are haunted by like children.
Yeah, it's
like they're
no.
like dead children.
They
So
have saws inside their faces and shit.
I'm in. Let's go.
well, I have not been watching scary movies.
How'd you get out of that?
By
You're like the wedding's
Tell
really
us.
stressful.
the wedding is really stressful. Well, you know how I use the equalizer trick. Mission Impossible has been
Nice.
the next trick
Good,
where I'm
good.
like, I've only seen the first
Could you
two.
explain Mission Impossible to me?
Understand it.
No, but I have been listening to the Betrayal podcast, and now I'm in season 2.
There's a season 2?
Yeah.
Is it the same person? A different person?
It's a different
I'm
person,
gonna
and
listen to
it
that.
is upsetting what happened. So basically, it starts off with like the woman who hosts the podcast saying that they received so many letters, emails, that kind of thing after the season, being
bet.
like, "Man,
I've gone through something similar."
gone through something similar," that kind of thing.
That's upsetting.
And so this one is so much worse. This woman basically.
It's worse.
It's worse. It's way worse.
All right.
What this woman finds and the whole season, it's really fucking bad. It's fucked up. So first season, it was fucked up too. Definitely don't want to diminish that, but I think it has an important message. It is a difficult listen. It is really fucking difficult. So I'm going to be taking a break from that for a while and listening to something more happy,
uplifting.
I've really wanted to check out the Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Okay, great. Let me know if you like it.
So, yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, I have more procedurals. Chelsea Detectives had a second season come out, so here I am watching that.
I love that you're like, I'm gonna work my way through all of BritBox. I swear to God.
I love it.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Exactly. Well, hey, if you guys have something that we should listen to or watch, if you have terrible date stories, if you have those meet the parents stories or really awkward holiday party stories,
yes, those are my favorite.
It is the time.
Please tell me about the time you took a first date to your company's.
Oh yeah,
got way too wasted.
Oh yeah, tell us those awkward holiday party stories at our one-stop shop of a website. It's myworstdatepodcast.com, and we love you so much.
Cheers.